Yo, we're doing some before school and shit. That's like wild.
The gates because the
We're
technology.
watching Ludwig watch
That's where I'm
anime.
at. That's what I've understood.
Get it together.
And we're starting the timer.
Almost ready.
Bro, what do you mean almost ready? You haven't done like a tenth of it.
It's garbage, isn't it?
Yeah,
You're an
kinda.
Idiot. It's exquisite.
Oh.
When did you get better than Mom?
Let's go.
Get your stuff together before he steals you instead of your work.
His haircut's fire. Is that a weighted blanket or just a blanket?
You really think they'll sell? What if we wait till next week? Just sell your stuff today? I don't know if I'm ready. Begrudge your destiny as I do mine.
Is this based off the Bible? Bro, I don't think you have ever read a page of that book if you think... Did you not watch the opening scene, my man?
You made this?
Artisan in training. For those pieces we say 3?
1.5. It's been a rough harvest.
A smaller size then. If you're thinking about skin and bones, you wouldn't want the prodigy to go hungry.
2. Gonna be the death of me if the crop pie doesn't kill me first. She's starving, your sister.
I'm aware.
That's like if I go to Best Buy and I go, I'm a Twitch streamer, give me a cam link.
Here. Did you
What?
come all this way from Donibon? I'm so sorry. We heard about...
Oh, you're not like the others. You're not Maya, are you?
We were born in Tenochtitlan, in Mexica territory. We left when we were very young. I hope you and your family will make a home here, as we have.
We may not stay. Our only goal was to get as far away from the destruction as possible.
Well, you're in luck. Ushmal might as well be the ends of the earth.
Giselle, Nelly, let's go.
Ushmal's so boring, bro. We got no arcades, no movie theaters.
There's an emergency meeting I have to attend. I need
Emergency meeting! Among Us! Among Us! Among Us!
And that's all you slumming it in Ushmal.
The ends of the earth. Honestly, you must be the rudest boy in Ushmal. Poor woman. It's the truth. You did the right thing. You make it sound like I never do. You might actually be growing up.
Saw you help those foreigners back there.
Why do you care?
What the fuck?
It's so unnecessarily mean.
City's invaded. Not the level of Danny. Not yet.
We saw you help those foreigners back there. I can't believe you do that. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Whatever the gods are whirling over, this is a massive upturn. Lost before the sacrifice.
Yo! That's crazy how you are a bot and... Oh, Vamp banned him. Cool.
What on earth?
Vamp beat me to it. Goddamn, thanks.
The boys from the marketplace. They said... What are you talking about? What happened? They beat me up. They said something about a sacrifice. Is that true? What if
How'd they
something
know
happens
already?
to you? Listen, you have a master who's taken care of you for most of your life. And even if he was gone, Nahosh Mak lives in Osh.
You better leave art class, but stop by real quick.
But I am
Also did some building in Terraria. Bro. What?
Anything
Look
broken?
decent. That's good.
No. Come here. Ow. Sorry.
so something might be broken.
We both have a day. And I am starving. Come help. You want to make dinner?
Me too.
Attempt the 1337 incident. You will send me progress. Okay. Holy shit! Vamp, you're crazy.
How's your face?
No! Look at this build, bro. Look at this build. Yo! Pretty! Sick. This is awesome. Look at that tree.
Wait, why is it
Bro, this
broken
looks
exactly?
nice.
You should have some nice dice roll.
Servants in your employ, do you not? What about them? Not both.
No, not Isel. He's my baby brother. I'll be the sacrifice. I'll take his place.
I see.
Sacrifice giving willingly is the most noble.
Swear to me you'll care for him.
Natalie, don't do this.
Swear to me.
I swear.
What are you doing? No! No! Don't leave me! Isel, be brave.
Be wild.
Her sacrifice might
Be
save her.
wild.
She chose to take your place.
Until next time, I've been Coyote Peterson.
Wait, why is he bringing the dagger? Is he gonna kill himself first? He's gonna beat them there and kill himself first.
What?
This is stupid. This is so dumb. Is that the idea? Is that he's gonna kill himself
Is he gonna
first?
Sacrifice? Oh. What are you looking at? What? What's up? Is there something? What's going on? What are you looking? I gotta go. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube. See you later.
I need help!
Art. We're watching art.
Okay, you gotta go. Good luck. Thanks.
Don't let them take her! Don't let them take her from me! Oh. It's blood you want, right? It's just blood! It's just blood! It's just blood! No!
Did he back out?
Isel, stop! I'm sorry, Isel, you can't!
Let go of me!
Isel, stop!
They've got Nellie!
Stop him!
No one tried.
No one tried.
Nellie! Let me go! Nellie! I love you, Isel. It's okay. People.
What the fuck? What?
May this sacrifice we freely give in your honor appease you and protect us. Now we must change.
They killed off the main character in the first episode.
Crazy start.
New main character? What?
This is humanity's champion.
Did you say you're all fucked?
You're all
You're the one that picked
fuck.
them. You can't pick them and then say you're fucked. I feel like you're just roasting him at that point. Children's show? Hey, man. It ain't Teletubbies. I'll tell you that much.
It's not
It is
Teletubbies.
animated. All right, next episode. Let's go.
Let's go! Episode 2.
The following program contains graphic material and language not suitable for audience members under the age of 18. This includes a discussion of mental illness, death, self-harm,
Should have
and
told me that
suicide
last
ideation.
episode.
Discretion is advised.
That would have been helpful last one.
Yo, is it gonna hit the corner though?
A companion podcast. Oh, this is not it. Is this it?
The following program.
No, that's the same thing, Ludwig.
Hold up.
Hold up.
Oh, it does say it. I just didn't read it. Oh, cool. Chat 18
They're not
plus.
chiclet. Among Us.
I feel like I don't yet fully understand. There's so much chaos happened. Who those gods were and what the gods' quarrel is.
They were fighting the underworld gods that brought up the funny monsters
Also,
that ate everyone and took
Feels
all
like
the
these
blood.
humans don't really have a good grasp. Like, the neighboring city got sunken into the earth, and then they were like, let's sacrifice one person. Like, bro, I feel like you should have a bigger pulse on what's going on here.
Yo, it's like the funny ball game. Is this a sports anime? That's like the Chiclen ball game, yeah. You know, with the one with the hoops in the side of the wall.
It's like if your mom asks you to empty the dishwasher and all you do is take out a bowl for your own cereal.
I don't trust you.
It doesn't really do the job right.
You'll use one of my emissaries to guide the human.
To ensure there's no trickery. Who's your most loyal emissary?
Yautl. He'll do. And the stakes?
Our lives. Whoever wins gets the blood sacrifices of the other.
I'll take your bet. Who shall be your lowest of the low?
Oh, you'll see. Humanity's champion is nearly ready.
Kind of messed up. They took over the body and well, okay, just kidding. I was gonna say they destroyed it. Wait. Oh yeah, they just take over someone's body and then just destroy it.
Yautl, I have a task. Lord Tezcatlipoca, I live to serve you.
Sim?
But this time, the task is not mine. My master? You will be escorting child of man. Quetzalcoatl. He will be summoning you.
Lord Tezcatlipoca, have I done something to offend you?
Yeah, you are my champion, and you are going to help his.
Hanging out with humans is so bad that he thinks he offended him.
You will be serving as a both. And though you will be doing this task for him, you will remain loyal to me.
We're not that bad, bro.
I don't know how power comes from. I will be your eyes.
His first mistake was letting me pick you. My best. My champion. There are pieces of this game. Be vigilant. Go.
All right, looks like they can take over human bodies and just absolutely destroy it.
Yeah. It's more like that the energy they use to possess it comes from the fucking body.
Feels bad, man.
That's my interpretation.
Not worth the meat he carries.
What the fuck?
No way. That's comfy. That works with like baby cats.
What are you? A giant jaguar? Are you gonna kill me? What is this? Where is she? Am I dead?
Almost,
What?
but not quite.
What?
I'm dead.
Would be annoying as hell to drag around a human everywhere.
I have a destiny.
Mr. Beast off camera.
Mr. Beast off camera.
Please let me die. Please.
Please let me die.
You will throw the next competition.
Kill me.
No, boy. The gods have something much worse planned for you. For the both of us. You, boy, had been hand-chosen by the gods to close the gates of the underworld. I am Yautl, their emissary, cursed to make sure you do what you're fated to do.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
No questions. You have until the new moon to complete your task. If you fail, mankind will be wiped from the face of the earth.
Please. I can't. I don't want to live. I don't want to live. My sister.
Enough mewling! Be grateful to the gods your Nelly can't see like this. She would be disgusted.
No, she wouldn't. She loves me.
True.
Love. She might as well have castrated you. Her love made you weak. Oh, she made you stupid.
Oh, feels bad, man.
Oh, she made you stupid.
She made you go to bed. A burden.
He is bullying a bit. No blood, weird.
No questions. Hold your tongue or I will take it from you.
Why, dude? Every time I think he's done.
Heed my words, boy. There lies your destiny. Your first task.
He's like comically hitting him.
your task, and you will do it now.
You will attend your task, and you will do it now. Like Among Us, you will do the wires in electrical. You will clean the vent in electrical. You will
Very frustrating.
you will
I
scan
get it.
in
I'm actually like on
medbay.
the Jaguar side here. Like, you just have to get this guy to do his task and he keeps running away. One time for the one, just chill. Damn, bro. I remember when I couldn't get out of the pool. That's embarrassing. I'm gonna laugh at you. He's a step away from being shirt on in the pool, guys. I was that guy. You don't want to be that guy. Tough. I feel like this is the Ether God's shenanigans. He seems like a shenanigod. They got a Blastoise? That's insane.
Is it her? Is it his sister? Some dead version of it?
Billy? What?
Again? Again.
No! Come back!
The gods are fucking with him to make them do their bidding. That's my interpretation of this. His motivation is to see his sister again, so the gods are like pulling the fucking corpse around. Like a fucking puppet. That's my prediction. And I think it's huge, Burn. Man-eating demons.
I told him to hold my pack.
Monkey? Ooh, ooh.
Cute sidekick.
Dagger. That
Keck W. Hassan viewer.
Why do you keep saying
Basically just a
what?
Hassan viewer.
Ow! Hey, ow!
Ah, this is the man-eating demon.
If he beats this, this is rigged. This guy should straight up lose 100 out of 100 fights to this thing.
Use the dagger. Use the funny, weird dagger. Based.
I'm not saying I want to see his ass get beat, but it's fair.
I mean, it is pretty big. That can become like a David and Goliath scenario. Yeah.
It look like a dagger.
Oh, it's blood infused. Holy shit! He's got a magic sword. Neat. That's pretty neat.
Insane. Bro, fall on him. It's not rigged. He hasn't won yet. Although he did get an OP dagger.
The guardian of the gate. Behind you, the levers.
Oh, now he's being helpful. Aye, that's tough.
Pull them, boy. You're fulfilling your destiny and you don't even know it.
If a rock falls on him,
This might be over before it begins.
Oh, he can't enter it.
I knew it, dude.
You did call it. I thought the Jaguar was gonna do it.
Anytime it's a boss that tall, rocks fall on him. I knew that
fair.
because that's how I would have approached it if this was a Dark Souls boss.
Where'd the dagger go?
Oh, damn, good hops.
Well, that's one way to do it.
He stubbed his toe. I feel that so hard.
He got it stuck between the platforms, bro.
He dodged it. 5 head. Oh, that's savage. Okay, that's kind of insane. You gotta really hate someone to do that. Go in the portal.
I don't know if he knows if he's supposed to. I wouldn't jump down a fucking pit without being told to or something. Oh, he's gonna get crushed by it now.
The pool. He's grown so much.
Oh, but he floats now. Let's fucking go. There's no shot he ends up fucking dying to this thing. Actually, you know what? Can it just breathe underwater? If it can breathe underwater, then never has to let him go. He can just drown and then he'll sink.
Yeah, that thing got big. Dagger.
Well, looks like you do want to leave after all.
He just yosses him.
One closed. Only 4 more remain.
Oh, that was easy.
How could I? No, I can't.
You will do this.
You have the wrong person. The gods have to pick someone else. Someone strong.
Bro, you already did
Gods
one.
don't have to do anything, puny boy.
True.
Especially not at your request.
They are
It
gods.
can't be me. It can't.
Do this, or humanity will be lost. Don't you care about your race, your people?
All I ever cared about is dead. Maybe humans aren't worth saving. Why should I care what happens to humanity?
Ooh, tough.
They took everything from me.
Good question.
That way's not your path, boy. You don't have time for this. And neither does this world.
Base a jaguar versus suicidal human.
Why should I save humanity if humanity can't save me?
Based.
Oh my god, a spider's in my room. Oh my god, I saved humanity.
He killed the fucking spider. 69! 69!
It was a good night.
Wait, what? Ocarina of Time player, I can tell. Train after not pulling a Charizard.
So unfair.
Look, you gotta have a good cry. He didn't really get a chance to cry, to be fair. All he did was stare at a pile of blood, fall into a pool, hit his head, get met by a giant talking jaguar, got hit a few times, fought a gate guardian, killed it, closed the gate, and then got told he has to do 3 more.
4 more.
So in his defense, he's allowed to cry. Let him vibe to the Coochie song and vibe and cry. 4 more? Oh, damn. Yeah, I'd be out too.
No, leave me alone.
Okay, what the heck? What? Can't be rude to old people. They're old and stuff.
What the hell?
What do you mean?
Uh-oh.
What are you talking about?
This is how I feel when I check the Reddit recap. You're all talking about my chest hole.
No. Come off.
You're a curse in this land. Leave. You'll bring misfortune to us.
I did not expect that voice. Why? I think that was the god in disguise. Or just some hot older woman.
My eyes. Am I cursed? What did you do to me?
You did it to yourself. Back there's not your path. Begrudge your destiny as I do mine.
If I do this, if I agree to be your champion, can the gods bring my sister back?
The gods can do anything. Anything they wish. Come.
Good answer. That's a really good business non-answer.
Lies ahead with no time to lose. It's what the gods demand.
You should have asked, may they bring her back?
First, the compass that will lead you to the remaining 4 gates. You must retrieve
What the heck? All right, boys. That was Onyx Equinox. Man, that started off hot. That started off fast and loose. A bit aggressive. Song goes hard.
Song goes hard.
Episode 3. You guys want to watch one more episode? Well, we can't do it on stream, boys. You can watch it right now.
At Crunchyroll.com. You know where, Among Us. Among Us. Among Us.
Mercury's the only metal that's a liquid at room temperature, and something that I've always wanted to do was to try making it solid. To do this, I just have to add some liquid nitrogen to a dish and wait for it all to cool down. Now, it looks like it's good to go, and I can pour in some of the mercury. This is a few minutes later, and it's definitely solid.
Oh, what the fuck is that? Oh, it's
I
getting
really have no idea what to
frosted.
do with it though, and I think it might be cool to just melt it again.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. And then the rest of that is just ice. Damn. He beat Magnus Carlsen, youngest 2,800 ever.
Absolutely massive video in the chess world. Today, Ali Reza Firouzja, the teenager originally from Iran, now living in France, just broke the record for 2,800 ELO, the youngest ever to do it. In this video, I'm going to take you through 5 of his games that he just played at the European Team Championships, obviously representing Board 1 of France. Nothing else to say. I really don't want to sit here and give you any massive intro, but he broke the record by about 6 months. Magnus Carlsen held it at 18 years and 11 months, getting it in late 2009. But here we go. Let's just look at all these absolutely incredible games. We're going to follow Ali Reza's perspective. The first game, we are following Victor Erdos with the white pieces and Firouzja with the black pieces. Every one of the grandmasters that you see in this video is about 2,700. I will let you know if anything changes. So, Ali Reza...
Is one of them you, Levy?
Really interesting is the fact
Levy
that
Grandmaster
around
title?
fire, Ali Reza played black.
No way!
in
Levy
Goldenrod,
Grandmaster title.
and his opponent played the exact same opening. So Ali Reza knows the guy knows what he's gonna do, and he does it anyway. Plays Bishop G4. This 2 knights Caro-Kann system is designed for black to trade this bishop immediately and restructure on the light squares. Just get rid of a piece that might be a potential liability and restructure everything like this. D4 is a gambit intended to make black take on E4 and then potentially take this pawn as well. Ali Reza chooses not to indulge and plays the move knight to F6 instead. Now here, Erdos plays, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly by the way, E takes D5. Now that is a weird move. Admittedly, that is a very strange move. I feel like Bishop D3, just kind of keeping that tension in the center of the board, is a little bit more common. The reason why this is strange is because now you have an exchange Caro-Kann where the knight is in front of the C-pawn. The knight in front of the C-pawn exerts no pressure on the center, which is why Erdos does this. He moves the knight back to E2 and structures with D4 and C3, and he has a very pleasant position. Bishop D6, Bishop C2, and now any normal person just castles. But okay, Ali Reza plays Rook C8. G4. Wow, okay. Well, you've shown me that if I castle, you're probably gonna blow my head off, right? G5, H4. So in this position, Ali Reza Firouzja shows you just why I have to make a video about this man. By the way, I'm wearing blue to represent like French flag. Just in case, I don't know why I have to point that out now. I also had a red hoodie, but I decided to wear blue. Anyway, I'll give you like 5 guesses. Try to guess what Ali Reza played here. I'll take a sip of this water. Couldn't even say that word correctly.
Castle. What the fuck?
IRL glitch. Like, oh my god.
Excuse
That must be
me?
a relay error. I mean, obviously, he didn't play King D7.
What the
What a
fuck is that
stupid
even
move. No,
defending?
King D7's actually
What
completely
is that even
reasonable.
defending?
And you know what else he played after that? Well, obviously, he had to take on G5. Plays King C7.
Why?
Straight face. And King B8.
What?
My dude, just in the middle of the game, was like, actually, white can't do anything to me. I can make 3 king moves. Ha 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 ha. And yeah,
Why?
I mean, it's completely fine.
Why?
It's completely incredible. And then, okay, so now Alireza obviously walked his king. All right, let's figure out the next phase of the game.
Nope, move
My
the
dude
king
played
again.
B5. My dude
What?
walked his king through a war zone into a hut and proceeded to shoot the bazooka out of the ceiling and blow up the roof. I mean, what? When I play like this, I lose immediately. When he plays like this, well, I can't spoil the result, believe.
He's a grandmaster.
A5, my dude is playing with the weakest part of his position on the enemy king. Now, admittedly, he does have a rook on the same line of attack as the enemy king. Also, admittedly, something like.
But he pushed the pawns in front.
On the B file, right? Erdos here.
But can
the
anything
queen
really get
rotates the
through?
queen over to
Okay, the
attack
queen
B5.
can get through.
Alireza brings out the queen. And this is a pretty scary position because white is still very, very much infiltrating over on G7. I mean, that is no joke. But queen B7 not only defends the only weakness you have, it also continues to be flexible on the attack. I mean, this queen gives the king a kiss and then proceeds to watch the f-pawn over here while also escorting the pawn to b4. Alireza is about to activate 4 pieces on the enemy king here with his b5, a5 advance. And Alireza's playstyle, he's kind of evolved to a point where he convinces the computer that his play is good. At first, his computer's like, oh my god, walking the king over b5, a5, what a moron. And then the computer's like, actually? Oh, he has a point. So that's how you know you've transcended chess. And now Alireza plays b4. The attack is ready. a4.
This guy plays crazy.
He's like, what are you going to do with this rook? Rook h7, he wants to trade, keep the queen in there.
This
Check.
guy is like a style.
D1, f5. And you would say, why didn't you go king b1? He didn't go king b1 because I guess he didn't like this. He didn't like stuff opening up over here. So he played king d1, and now f5. And Alireza just comes right back. He's like, where did we leave things? Oh yeah, I'm going to rotate my rook back over. We're going to take knight e7. Now this game still takes a very long time, actually. Even though he has infiltrated on the queen side, the position is anything but over. And a really kind of sure sign of a very strong player is when to transform the structure. And so he transforms via queen trade. He thinks that practically speaking here, because of the massive liability of the queenside pawns, which the attack created, he doesn't have to deliver mate, he can just scoop up the goodies as the game goes on. And even though even though white does have a nice strong outpost over on b5, look at this reroute. I mean, the dude just like took some moves, put his knight strongly into the center of the board. None of these pawns can go anywhere. And knight c3. And you say, why did Erdos just give him the pawn? What did he, paid actor? No. I mean, what was, you're gonna go bishop d2 next. I mean, you're gonna win all his pawns anyway. So he tries to get some sort of opposite colored bishop position, dark square versus light squared bishop, which would be a draw. It would be. It would be a draw if there were also not rooks on the board, and if, look at, are you seeing what's happening here? You want an instant replay of that? My dude walked the king to the queen side just to walk it all the way to the other side and win the h5 pawn. What a savage. And he now walks the king all the way down to f3. He doesn't trade rooks. Opposite colored bishop endgame. Doesn't trade rooks just yet. Reroutes the bishop. Oh. He wins a4. Rook a3 check. And Erdos resigned. Rook d5 is designed with this in mind, which would be a draw. But we have an in-between move. Rook a3 check. And now pawn takes d5. And he played that game on all 3 sides of the board. He probably made about 20 king moves. And that's just the first game of this video. You know you are in for some good stuff. A huge win with the black pieces in a Caro Kann defense. Fascinating game where he walked his king, started an attack, traded the queens into an endgame, picked up a pawn, walked the king. I mean, you saw it. I don't have to summarize it. All right. This is the next game. This is round 4 of the European Team Championship. He's playing Mustafa Yilmaz, who's the strongest player in Turkey. Not actually, but the strongest player on their team. I think Ipatov might be the highest rated player there, but Yilmaz, very strong player. And we have Open Sicilian, a Najdorf. Okay, so what is Alireza going to show you that there's levels to this game, right? Because Yilmaz is a very strong gem, but he's not 27, 80, 90, he's 26, 30. Okay, bishop e3, black plays e5, knight rotates back, and now bishop e6. At this point, White has a couple of ways forward. Alireza chooses a more trendy and modern way, which is just queen d2 and long castle. So normally queen d2 and f3 come together, so knight g4 is not a thing, but he just castles. Bishop e7, and in this position, White has a lot of moves. Generally f3 is played, but Alireza plays a move that's almost never been played. But it has been played. It's almost never been played, but it has been played by Anand. Or Anand is the right way to say it. h3, what is the point? Well, you let black go b5, g4. Now, White has already castled, right? So black is going to try to do stuff over here. White is going to try to take complete dominant control of that d5 square. It's a juicy square in the knight, survive the queenside attack, and depending on where black goes with the king, create an attack of their own. So either you're going to attack over here, or you'll try to open up the center, bust open the center with f4. We have rook c8.
I feel like this guy likes to have all of his pieces on the same side of the board as his king.
Or knight to h5. Knight to h5. Knight d7 has been played in a few games. This is the first new move. And it shows us that Alireza has now created this wedge against these two pieces. This knight is kind of stranded, right? And so black is going to try to do some stuff.
I feel like he limits mobility with the pawns and then focuses on one side of the board using his space advantage.
And Alireza kills the knight.
Because you can't necessarily defend the other side of the board as the other person if you don't have the space to maneuver, which he restricts, so...
Because you close off both your bishop and your rook. How the hell can that possibly be correct? And yet, at first, the engine actually likes it. It thinks that rook c4, which looks far more flexible, is not the right way to go. But the problem is, bc4 attacked a piece and made white react, whereas rook c4 now gives a move back to white. And Alireza does not hesitate. That juicy square on d5 is up for grabs. And the thing about this for black is that if you do not create a winning attack on that side of the board, your pawns will be destroyed. The queen side is where white will then create a counterattack and win the game. Because you're overextended. All your pieces are kind of bunched together over here and nobody's on the queen side. So queen d5, queen c7. Black now is going to castle. Right, maybe bring a third rook. All right. So Alireza plays knight back to c. That's a very tricky move because if this, it's bait. Whoop. How often do you see a rook trade counter thrust attack? Look at that. Queen d7, queen a8 is coming. Knight f3 is coming. Knight e5, right? There's all these tactics now if the king gets out of the way. So we have rook back to c6, and right here after c3, Alireza just this is stunning. I said black wants to attack white on the queen side, right? Right? Well, what if white attacks black on the queen side? What? I told you. If black's attack is unsuccessful, a4 and...
He's just not afraid to push pawns in front of his king.
All the pawns in front of his king. Now, he could have played queen b5 here. But I'm not here to correct any of his play, because I don't care what Stockfish says. Alireza convinces Stockfish that he's correct. Yilmaz here has to play ba4, allowing this pawn through and sacrificing the rook. That's very hard to do. Instead, he plays ab4 and a temporary queen sacrifice in the form of kabam! Oh my goodness. And now, bam, and the rook's laser beam. Now, you either lose the queen or you have to sack it. If you do something like queen d7 and takes, you might think that you're surviving. You're not surviving. Yilmaz sacrifices the queen back and tries to move the rook out of the way, but now here comes the a-pawn. And a few moves later, Alireza infiltrated with his rook, pushed the a-pawn to the depths of the position, took on d6, and black simply has no more moves. Black simply has no more moves, and so for that reason...
Damn, that bishop's in a good spot.
All the pieces are on the a-file, and none of them can do a thing. Takes is coming, rook b7, this knight will join the attack and get rid of that rook. And Alireza just 2 games in a row has made it look
holy shit.
I mean, simply simple. I don't know what to say. He played h3.
Man, I love this guy's play.
I don't know if it was his own inspiration over the board or what. I mean, I'm assuming it wasn't. But he played something that wasn't the main line.
He's very positional.
He made his opponent make a couple of difficult decisions where to put that knight. Right? Maybe you don't want to bunch up near your king. Yilmaz thought it was more important to stop f4. That knight got stranded, and that knight was stranded for a while. That knight really got stranded. In fact, these pieces didn't move like until the game was over.
Yeah,
Literally
because the
until it was
pressure.
over. Then the pieces got back, and I mean, it's like Alireza just froze them, like deer in headlights. Next game. This game, Alireza's got the black pieces. This is maybe from the 5th round. His opponent is Gabriel Sargsyan. It's France versus Armenia. So this game was one of the most unbelievable pieces of opening preparation I've ever seen in my life, like ever.
Ooh.
Okay, so D4
He's hyping it.
As I'm corresponding with my thumbnail designer on this video, C4, C6. So nothing crazy. We have a Slav defense.
Slav.
The Slav defense at the highest level is usually the semi-Slav defense or the open Slav. They don't really play the Schlechter with G6. They don't really play A6, which is called Chelyabinsk, or Chess.com calls this the chameleon variation. What? Anyway, they usually do one or the other. DC4. Now DC4, black wants to play B5 and support this pawn. There is A4 preventing B5, and there is E4, known as the Geller Gambit. The modern treatment here after B5 is to play Bishop E2. It's a very topical variation. There was an amazing Report Adiban game, I believe, from Reykjavik Open. But A4 was played in this game, Bishop F5, and now White has two choices. White can play the central variation, trying to come in with this knight, or E6, E3, and like this. Okay, mainline position. Bishop B4, castles, castles, Queen E2, all mainline stuff. Now, historically, Black has played Knight D7, Bishop G6, Bishop G4, because White is trying to play E4. White is trying to win the battle for the E4 square, right? So Alireza goes back to G6. Black has started doing this preemptively because now E4 does not come with a tempo. So the difference being that if Knight D7, E4 is played, you see what I'm saying? You can't take because then this. So Bishop G6, E4 you would take, and then you would take. So you prevent E4. However, it comes with a drawback. Your bishop can just get attacked, and then White can just get the bishop pair and play Rook D1. So now White has the two bishops, a slightly better pawn structure, but Black is very solid. That's the thing about the Slav defense. You're very solid. Very solid defense. So Alireza plays Queen C7. We have E4, and now E5. So Alireza meets him in the center. It's generally a good rule of thumb. If they play E4, you can't let them play E5. If you let them play this, now you are really going to suffer. They're going to put their knight here. They're going to go mate you on the H file. I mean, it's going to get very ugly. So E4, E5. D5. And here is where the preparation really starts to begin, because here Alireza plays a move and a series of moves that have only ever been played once in any game ever, which means that he researched this and created his own thing. Bishop takes C3. This is not considered a good move on a low depth by an engine, because here there is this Zwischenzug D6. Right, there is D6. And D6 forces the queen to move, and now BC3, right? So now this pawn is just a passer, and it looks really strong. But here comes dynamite, B5. So B5 attacks the bishop, makes it move, because if A just this, right? So now the bishop has to go somewhere. Sargsyan spent some time playing Bishop A2. Wow. I guess he didn't like blocking his own rook. He didn't like here because he can get hit with tempo. So he says, okay, Bishop A2. You can't do this because check. Check. Oops, and you lose the queen. So Alireza is like, I know, this is in my notes. Now I'm up a pawn. My pawns are doubled, but I'm up a pawn. And this is still hanging. Sargsyan sacks the second pawn. He sacrifices the second pawn, and in this position, the game begins for Black. So Alireza now has to play on his own. 21 moves of prep, it seemed like. 21 moves. I don't know if it was 21 or 18 or 19, but this is the position that he got. He was up like 45 minutes on the clock and 2 pawns. He's up 2 pawns. The engine still evaluates this as equal. Okay? It still evaluates this as a completely equal position. But it's very difficult to play. You have to play Rook D1, which is what he played. But then after Queen C3, you have to play Bishop C4, only move. Why Bishop C4? Well, let's say Black plays, I don't know, something like Knight B6 attacking the bishop. Now Rook C1, and if Queen A5, which is what you wanted, Bishop takes F7 check, Rook F7, and the Queen is trapped. The Queen is trapped. Trapped. Right here. White had to find this kind of geometric idea. Rook c1 played. Queen a5. See, that's the difference. Now the queen gets out. Now Alireza is going for a queen trade. He completely escapes with the queen. Queen c3, queen f5, queen b5, queen c6. Rook c1, rook b6. Now he's got to consolidate. Okay, now we get a little queen dance. And now that d6 pawn is about to fall. He's going to win the d6 pawn. That pawn that he allowed to invade and now is repelling the enemy forces with this knight. It's a fascinating bit of coordination here in the black position. Now d6 falls. And queen takes g6 is a fascinating bit of counterplay here from Sargsyan. Like, you can't take the queen, but now there's takes, queen comes back. Best move. Why? Hi! We're headed over to e2. We can just let this queen hang out. It can't do anything to us. Alright, it's like a crazy person trying to bang on the window of your car. No. Queen e2. And now Sargsyan has nothing better. He has to trade queens. And Alireza is 2 pawns up in an endgame. So what does he do? Push his pawns, protect them, reroute his knight to c5, knight jumps into d3. This position is over. I mean, Alireza is just going to slowly but surely continuously improve his position. He's now trying to get into b2 and trade rooks. So we have bishop c1. Look at that. That is a flair for the look at that. There's no rook c8. You can't take this. Oh my gosh, the pawn's just too strong. Rook c4. And Alireza outcalculates Sargsyan, sacrificing this but getting this with a2 coming. So we have this, and the bishop is kicked out, and knight c1. And now we have this, and this, and this. And in this position, Sargsyan resigned, and Alireza Firouzja won yet another game. Makes it look easy. 20-something moves of prep.
Why resign though? It's a knight.
This consistently at this level with the black
king and knight does not beat king and does not beat king. If you just get rid of the pawns on the board, it's a stalemate.
I mean, it's really something. Dealing with all your opponent's tricks.
Is this a table-based draw?
We go to the next game.
Actually, is that even there might be too many pieces in that for a table base. Yeah, there's too many pieces in that for a table base. What does engine say here? Board editor. What is table base? Well, not table base. What is? Okay. D3. E4, F3. They've got a knight here. A pawn all the way back here. F7 and G7. And the king is on G8. It's white to play. Yup, okay, is this a draw? Or what's the deal with this? It might be a draw, and there might have been a resign because of stalemate? Not stalemate, time. Might have been a time issue. It's analyzing. I have it only on one CPU, yeah, okay. Let's not look at this many lines. Let's look at like 2 lines. Wait, I didn't even look at it yet, hang on. I'm gonna let it use more of my CPUs. Man, why is it like stuck? It's a chance. I guess there's a chance it goes into a draw at the lowest depths, but or at the highest depths, but I have no way of knowing. It's starting to give table-based position now. I mean, if the king just escorts the pawns, I guess maybe not, but I have no idea. Losing. Apparently none of these are drawn. Okay. But clearly this isn't mate in whatever in minus, well, at depth 31, so. Maybe if you analyze this deep enough, it's a force mate, but. A position like this doesn't exist in table-based, so. Damn. I don't know.
We go to the next game. Here, Alireza is playing a very underrated, a criminally underrated Badur Jobava. Jobava is, what is Jobava's rating right now? I'm gonna go Jobava Fide. Jobava has been 2,700 in the past. His rating is 2,582. Jobava's a 2,700 chess mind. Easy. I mean, 2,650 easy, 2,680 easy. So this is a tough matchup, and Jobava plays the Karo Khan, which is kind of interesting because Alireza plays the Karo Khan with black as well. So we have this. We have a short variation. Knight f3 and bishop 2e2. Not going for any of the h4 stuff. And we get a maneuvering short variation. So we have h6, knight d7. Very topical mainline position. a5 is a bit of a6 is a bit of a weird move. I mean, I've seen a5. So a6 is a little cagey, you know, like this, like come and get me. And this game takes a very long time to open up. So Alireza baits b6, which is very interesting. Comes back, wants to get in here. a5. So he's baiting pawn moves. See what he's doing. Queen b7. Someone's got to do something with the pawn sometime soon. Okay, we have our first trade. It took 16 moves. But what's happening with the pawns? So, Alireza reroutes the knight to f4. Look how stupid knights are. They need 3 moves to go a square up. But that's just how knights work. Alright, someone's going to have to do something. I mean, this pawn play is taking forever. But if you play c5, I get bishop b5. You play f6, I take here. So rook c7. Here, Alireza says, okay, I have completely shut down Badur's pawn play. He cannot play c5 or b5. He cannot play f6. If black has no pawn breaks, it's time for me to do something. Queen b8. Queen e3. Slow improvement. Queen d8. h3. Now, finally, Badur plays c5. All right? He finally gets his pawn break. Alireza can play bishop to b5 here. And as promised, plays bishop to b5. And now you have to live with the fact that you cannot move a pawn backwards. You have allowed my bishop to camp that b5 outpost for the remainder of this game. Okay? But this bishop also has been camping over... What was that? Camping over here. And it doesn't look fantastic. I mean, it has no targets. All of white's pieces are on dark squares. Literally. You ever seen something like this? Look at this. Every single important piece is on a dark square.
What the fuck?
So, knight c6...
He's just such a good maneuverer. He just maneuvers so well.
And Jobaba is a move or 2 away from actually winning the battle for the c-file, which does look like something important, but Alireza is at the level where
take with the bishop and they don't.
This already. And so he goes for a queen trade. He's very good at finding the right moment to offer the exchange. Now queen c3 looks possible, but then 2 knights are hanging. So then you have to wander in here and just hope to God this knight is not trapped for the remainder of the game. So rook c8 is played. And then Badur plays this fascinating move to disconnect the queen from the rook. And Alireza says, you don't want a queen trade? Okay. Queen g3. Do you know what's going to happen after queen g3 is played, folks? What do you think Alireza is going to do in a couple moves? If you said play g5, you're paying attention. If you didn't say anything, you're watching me in another tab, that's fine.
Sorry, Gotham. I'm sorry, I'm not a chess expert. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that the pawn break opened the position.
Here's why.
I was just confused that he moved it there and moved it back.
On the king side that was available. By trading it off and making this queen leave that diagonal, I can now play g5.
Ooh.
He knows when to improve his position. He knows when to give away the potential things that look good in his position. Okay? 3 pieces are shifted over here, so he plays g5. Now it's going to get very
He keeps the tension until the perfect moment and then uses it to get a positional advantage. It's very cool.
To get over here, black plays bishop f5. Bishop f5. That was supposed to go 1 more square. Black comes back to f5. So what does Alireza play? Plays this first. Why? What is the difference between these 2 moves? Knight g5. The knight needs to go create the threats first, while this rook is hanging. Yes.
What the fuck?
Hanging. It cannot be taken because there is check, king h8, and now this. That is what the grades do. They out-calculate everybody. Why does this work? Not because I take this. Check, here, check, here, check. Boom. Boom. I lure you into the fork. So Alireza
That's so positional. Holy shit.
But that is the last mistake that he could make in this game. Because now his bishop cannot ever come back and fight for those squares. Knight c6, and Alireza ends this game in a bit of a style. Knight jumps out to h5. Looks like black is defending. King f8, but over here, black is slowly running out of moves. So we have this. Knight g5. I mean, every piece is involved. Remember bishop c2 a long time ago? Right? He made black close his own gates on the bishop, leaving the bishop just out to die here. And the game ends very nicely. A temporary queen sacrifice number 2 of this video. And Jobava resigned because there is this, take, knight f7. And
that's mate?
Lost, and
that's mate.
Badur's a strong player.
Wait, is it?
Anybody would play against Alireza Firouzja
No.
down a full piece in an endgame.
No, it's not mate.
And that is the 4th win. And ladies and gentlemen, this is
I'm so
final
confused.
game of the entire event. It's 9th round. Alireza is playing on the first board of the entire...
I'm so confused. That's not mate, is it? That I don't...
But I
What square is that? G7. What's stopping G7? Nothing's stopping G7. Huh? That's not... But... G5 is stopped, but G7 isn't. Gotham? Yeah, no, I don't see what's stopping Black from going G7. Unless maybe that's also mate? But if it is, I don't see it. For the second time, I'm pulling out fucking analysis board. And we're going to the board editor. And we're clearing the board. This is the second time in this video that I have to do this. Because I don't see the fucking mate. It's Black to move. H6 is the king. H not there. That's not a shiny. Let's see. E6, D5, B6, A5. E6, D5, A6, B5. Oh no. A5, B6, A5. I said it wrong. There is a bishop on D1 and a rook on D8. Okay, that's black's. Now for white, there is this. With this. And there's a pawn here and here. And here and here. And the king is right here. Nope, not there. There. That should be right. Analyze. Oh no, the idea wasn't mate, the idea was that this was a fork. Wait, I'm so dumb. Holy shit, I'm stupid. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense, yeah. I completely missed that it was a fork. I'm so stupid.
This is the final game of the entire
Man,
event.
I feel embarrassed about that.
On the first board of the entire ballroom versus Shakhriyar Mamediyarov of Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan is as powerful of a team as the French team. They both have two over 2770 rated players, 2750 rated players. Rajabov is the second board for Azerbaijan. Top tier matchup. And the storyline of Alireza's ascending was the fact that
why haven't I ever seen a Japanese chess player? Is it because shogi exists?
It's a bit of fluff. Blah 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 blah.
Is that why? Is shogi more popular than chess in Japan? Maybe.
Let's see. By the way, that's also a stupid thing to say because Alireza's had a great record against 2700s in 2021 and 2020. The only player he loses to consistently in classical chess is Magnus Carlsen, which is another story. E4. And we have an Italian. Now, you know that against these guys, they're going to go E4, E5. Notice that Alireza hasn't faced an E4, E5 just yet. There's Sicilians and things like that. But the top tier guys, they know everything about E4, E5, right? So they're going to equalize against you. Alireza plays Gioco Pianissimo with D3, C3. We have D6, H6, very fighting style. A5, you're going to see later, preventing white expanding on the queen side with B4. There's a lot of like these different maneuvering Italians. So knight D2, and what you're going to get with Mamediyarov is you're not always going to get a maneuvering game. You're going to get imbalance. So he does this. First things first, he doubles his own e-pawns, but it's fine because the open F file, right? But a couple moves later when I was watching this, and by the way, Alireza does the same trade, but he takes with the rook instead, because maybe you will support your center, or maybe you will attack. He doesn't want to compromise the structure.
Oh yeah, it's a free rook lift, isn't it?
A4 and D5. What you're going to see in this game is
it's like a rook lift, but it doesn't waste a turn.
Of structure ever. So you see, I mean, Mamediyarov just A4, B5, like this is his style. He likes to play like this, and then he takes with the knight. This is crazy. This is the ugliest structure ever, and yet the position is actually like it's a draw. It's actually a draw. If you let Stockfish sit, it literally wants you to just repeat moves. It just wants you to like just go back and forth, like something like this, like rook e3. Because knight takes d3, there is all sorts of, you know, because black weakened this position. But Alireza plays a3. Now a3 might be a draw offer. It actually might be a draw offer. Because what if black plays knight f4? And then something like this. Just, I mean, Mamedyarov has a draw in hand if he needs. But Mamedyarov says no. Let's play on. Queen e8. He thinks for a little bit, plays no. My knight on f4 is good. He convinces himself that he has a very strong position. Alireza now plays g3. What? He hangs a pawn with check? What is he, nuts? Well, here's the thing. It's actually better to go back. Why? Because look at what Mamedyarov has done. Yes, I understand he has 7 to 6 pawns, but you need to be 100% certain that doubled E and double G pawns with B and A pawns overextended to their maximum capacity. Like, this is not the death of you. You almost have no pawn moves left, right? So Alireza sets the bait for Mamedyarov. He's like, yo, Shak, you want to do this? And Shak's like, yeah. I'm gonna go for this position. Queen g4, rook f5, and now knight f3. Queen f7, queen e4. You could have taken on g5, but then rook takes f2. Looks a little bit scary. So queen e4, rook h1, queen c6, g4. Whoa, what's going on here? So he gave him a full knight, but if you move the knight, there's rook takes f2, and it's mate. It's actually just mate. Boom, boom. It's mate. So, what is going on?
Oh, it's
Alireza
tripled.
has to play the cool, calm, and collected
It's a
King
triple
G1,
battery.
making sure that the knight must be taken now. Rook takes f3. Rook takes f3. Queen f3. Now, he has a choice. He can literally take 3 pawns. Only one of them is any good, though. It's check. You see, because that's mate. So, yeah. Queen f7. Takes, and now we have a 6 on 6 endgame. However, white is still better. Why is white better? Because white is Alireza. No, double G pawns. Bad structure for black. Rook h4. Rook d7. We're starting to trade some pawns, but Alireza emerges a pawn up. Now, this is a defendable endgame if and only if black keeps the pieces active. Rook d2. Very nice. c4. Alireza trying to break out. Rook takes b2 as possible, but then check here. And rook c6, king f5, and takes. Now, objectively speaking, this is probably still a draw. You put Magnus on the white side, he's going to torture you. You put Magnus on the black side, he's going to make a draw effortlessly. Magnus is a really tough barometer when it comes to draws, because he's like the goat of endgames. Not of draws, of endgames. So b6. So how do you create winning chances here? If this pawn was here, there would be basically none. But because there is a little imbalance of structure, you can somehow push this king away from this pawn and surround it in a way it cannot be defended. But it's still in equal position. So Alireza plays b7. We swap pawns. e4. Now, I'm not sure that move is 100% necessary, but he wanted to play it because in a worst case scenario, you know, you kind of get blocked. Something like this. But, you know, then there's still e4. So he decides to play e4 right away. Check. King f6. King f1. King e2. All right, Alireza is trying to figure something out here. King f1. He's like, all right, I'm not going to be able to go that way, right? So king d4. Where's king d4 going? Apparently, there is only one way to draw this game now. And that way is the absolutely ludicrous rook f3. Rook f3 is an absurd move. Rook takes f3, pawn takes f3. You would think 2 pawns versus 1. It's just easy win. How? King e1, king e4. Let's say the king tries to come out. Nope. Now you say, oh, king c2, I'm so clever. Nope. g4? No, I stop you. I stop you, I get back in time. And then, if you think you're really clever, I sneak in here. And g4, king e2, g5, king f2, g6. And this is a draw.
I didn't see what it was. I was looking at the chess. Okay, it wasn't a shiny.
So, he plays king d4, but here's the problem. Now the king is getting out. King e5, he tries to come back, g4.
Ooh,
Ali Reza
S4.
got to the perfect setup. And Shaka resigned right here. He just resigned. Why did he resign? Because king g3 is coming, and then you're going to find a way to get this king away. So for example, let's just say rook e7, okay? First of all, you can just push. You just push too. So let's say rook g7 to prevent that. So let's say like king h4, check here, or I even suppose king g5, but let's say something like this. You can check and get to f4. And once you get to f4, or play g5, the two of these things combined is just game over for black. Because now this king is completely shielded off, and if this rook tries to come around and take anything, I'm gonna push my pawn. Once I push my pawn, the game is over. And Ali Reza beats a 2770 rated grandmaster by the slimmest of margins, in the endgame, finishing the European Team Championship with 8 out of 9. He did not lose. He had 7 wins, 2 draws. His team tied for first place by both match points and overall points scored on the team. There's not enough to say. There is not enough to say. The youngest 2800 ever, beating Magnus by 5 months, 6 months. Unbelievable stuff. I mean, let me know what you think his ceiling is. I mean, this dude is 18 years old. This is, we've never seen a prodigy like this.
Can you name the rivers of these cities? I'm bad at rivers, man, but this could be fun.
I forgot. I can't go full screen.
The Red River in Calgary? No? All right.
I can't read it.
Seoul has the Han River. There's the Yangtze River. There's the Tiber. Yeah. There's the Rio de Janeiro, of course. Okay, hold on. We can get some of these.
The Rhine?
Baton Rouge, that's the Mississippi, dude. There's the Danube. How about the Tigris? Okay. How about the Volga? How about the Euphrates? Oh, the Nile, dummy. Really? Oh, they already got it. Isn't there like the Yellow River? Or is that just the Yangtze River? The Rhine, I should have got.
Yeah.
St. Lawrence River. The Seine. I don't feel like I know any other ones. Like, I feel like I should know. It's really not the Red River in Calgary. I apologize. I should know that one. Vancouver. Oh, I didn't think it would be on the list. The Ganges in India, maybe? Dublin, Ireland. Don't know. My German river has already been taken. The Rubicon? That's a real one. Laos? Wait, I feel like the Mekong, maybe? Yeah, let's go! He's so accidentally good.
I should do some
Amazon
of these.
River?
Oh. It won't let me in. Oh no, it will. Okay. Play quiz. We have 15 minutes. Okay. Hydrogen. That's with an M. I spelled it wrong. Okay. Helium. What's it? Fuck. Lithium. What is 4? I don't remember right now. I don't think it's sodium, but sodium is one on there. Yeah. Potassium's after that. How do you spell it? Ah, okay. Cesium is also in there. Radon. Okay, let's go back to up. So, let's go back up. So, 5, I think, is boron. Yep. And then carbon is 6. 7 is nitrogen. 8 is oxygen. That is not a shiny. And then after that is... Damn, what is 9? Shit. Well, I know 10 is neon. What is 9? Is it potassium? No, it's not potassium. I already did potassium. Man, I don't remember that side, that column. Fluoride, is it fluoride? Fluoride is the compound. Fluorine. How do you spell it? It's an O. There we go. Oh, that was the one. Okay, cool. Lithium. Let's go through some of the metals. Copper. Silver. Gold. Calcium. Is silicate one? I want to say no, but I'm gonna try. Nah. There's so many more, like uranium. Shit. Wait. Plutonium. Nobelium. Americanium. No, Californium. Californium. How the fuck do you spell it? There we go. Spell check, thank you. Sulfur. How could I forget the fourth one, man? Iron. Let's see. Chlorine. Or chloride, or what is it? No, it's chlorine. Oh wait, noble gases. Wait, argon. Krypton. We did radon. What's after krypton before radon? I don't remember. Shit. Germanium, I think, is one. Yeah. What about some of the, is Americanium one? I want to say no, but... Oh, it was. Okay, cool. What's between uranium and plutonium? Thorium? Is thorium the one? Nope, thorium's 30. Ah. The germanium. Technetium? Technetium. How do you spell it? There we go. Man. What's next to gold? Oh wait, mercury? Mercury. Osmium. What's the other heavy one? There's another heavy element that's near osmium. Iridium. There's like a rainbow colored one too, right? It's like bluish, maybe? I don't know. Bismuth? Is that an element? Bismuth. No. That's a mineral. Damn. Man, this is very bare. I can't believe I forgot this many. Phosphorus. Wait, what? Is that not the element name? Or maybe that I just didn't spell it right. Phosphorus. There we go. Aluminum, or aluminium, if you want to actually say it like it's spelled. What's after carbon? I swear the rock one is there, right? The one I was thinking of earlier, the one that's like silicate or something. But wait, it's not. I remember hearing about the possibility of like, instead of carbon-based life forms, rock-based life forms being a possibility, because the one after carbon on the periodic table, well, the one underneath carbon on the periodic table is like the main element in rocks or something. It's not lithium though, it's like silicate or something, but I don't remember the name. I tried silicate already. Man. Francium is one, I think. And so is curium. Man. 37 isn't bad. For not having studied it in a while. Man, I'm still forgetting like the first row of the metals though, and I feel like I should know that. Tin. Fuck. Copper, I already did. Iron. Magnesium. How do you spell that, damn it. And then there's one that's spelled like that, so it's spelled similar, but it's not. It's magnesium no. Magnesium and fuck. Manganese. Yeah. Calcium. Man, I still feel like I'm missing so much that I know. I'm still missing the noble gas. How am I missing the alkali metal and the noble gas in the same row? I feel like there's a lot that don't end in IN, well, IUM that I'm missing. Because I forgot tin earlier. And manganese. Man. Man, what's used to make trivalent and pentavalent compounds for electronics? I feel like maybe I'm missing those. Germanium was one of those, I think. Man, I don't remember those. I feel like that would help me right now if I knew those. But I just don't. Is there any that begin with V? None that I can remember. Yo, veritasium. Yeah, that's a real element. Trust. Man. Getting my ass kicked by the periodic table. Calcium. Shit. Nothing's coming to my mind anymore. I think maybe I should just give up. I don't know. I don't remember. Man, what is the one after carbon? I swear, it was like silicate. Let's give up. Silicon! Man, oh, this is beryllium. Yep, okay. What is SC? Scandium, okay. Titanium, yep. Oh, there is one that begins with a V. Or maybe it doesn't. What is this? Oh, this is yttrium. Yep. Rubidium. Oh. And now that I see the abbreviations, I'm remembering. Nickel. I forgot. Oh, cobalt, too. What is this, though? Vanadium. I forgot that one. This one's chromium. Zinc, I forgot. Gallium. What is AS? Arsenic. Oh, selenium, I didn't know. Bromine, I forgot. This is iodine. Yeah. I don't know what AT is. Oh, xenon! Shit! Strontium. I forgot. Yttrium. Zirconium. What is NB? I don't know. Niobium. I don't know what these are. Ruthenium, rhodinium, palladium. Oh, palladium I probably could have guessed. Platinum. Bruh. I forgot nickel, palladium, and platinum. Cadmium. I've heard of cadmium. I'm still happy with what I got, though. Indium. Antimony. Tellurium. I already went through those. Barium. Radium. I forgot radium? I did radon. I didn't do radium. Hafnium. Tantalum. I forgot these two. I should have known these two. Tungsten. Also, I should have known. I figured I was missing metals. I just didn't know how many. Lead. Yeah. Bismuth. Did I not guess bismuth? I thought I guessed bismuth. I swear I guessed bismuth. Did I spell it wrong? I must have spelled it wrong because I guessed that. Polonium. Rutherfordium. I would not guess that. Seaborgium. The weird thing is, I kind of remember that just because of the name. Like how I remembered fucking Californium and Nobelium. But I don't think I would have gotten it. Nihonium. Man, that's Japan. How could I not know that one? I have to remember that now. That Japan has an element. Livermorium. Well, okay, I missed this whole series. So, lanthium, cerium, neodymium. Neodymium? No. Promethium. Samarium. Europium. Galodium. I missed all of these. And they are very weird names, so I do not blame myself. Neptunium, I forgot. Berkelium. Einsteinium, I didn't know was one. Fermium. Mendelevium. Lawrencium. So these are just scientists, I think. Average score is 81, as 51. What the fuck? People are cheating for sure. No way that many people actually know that more than me. I mean, I kind of forgot tungsten and cobalt, so I'm kind of dumb, but man, beryllium. Man, I gotta remember that.
Probably
Let's
not
look for
in
more
the city.
Sporkle quizzes, actually. You know what? No, this is a good idea now, I think. Let's see. Politics of Europe, maybe. What is this? Oh, I have no idea. Nah, we're good. Is it like a geography one? I want to say China. Just because I think most of Taiwan, if it's facing this way, is not very inhabited. So I don't know. UAE, maybe. Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea. This Brazil? I can't really read it. How do you spell Brazil, bro? Is it that? I think it might be that. Okay, this is Russian. No, it has the Russian characters, but that doesn't mean it's Russian. I have no idea. I'm just gonna say Russia, because I don't know. And it has the, what's it called, characters. I don't remember the name. Okay, again, we have, like, the... Okay, this side's Arabic. No, this is literally a border. What the fuck? It's a three-way border. What does it want me to do? No, I'm good. Just tell me my answers. Wait, no, I got all of them wrong? Wait, what? I'm confused. I don't know. Pick the city that corresponds to each country. Oh, wait, this is an image thing. Oh, no. Whatever, I don't care. Actually, I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. We're doing good with the resets, I think. We could do GeoGuessr. I remember when all the features of GeoGuessr were free. I don't know what happened. Okay, where the fuck are we? Actually. So this is all we get, by the way. We get a panorama, and we can't move. This is what the free version's like. So it's clearly desert. There's some power lines in the distance. I don't know why, but part of me wants to say it's like Northern Africa, like somewhere in Algeria, like on a road. Maybe like over here. I don't know. That's my guess, though, I think. I want to guess there. It was actually in, Kuwait, so I'm dumb. I had the... Is this latitude or longitude? I had it right. Whatever it is, I had it right. Wait, no. It's latitude, because it's like the rungs on a ladder. But bam. That's what they taught me in school. Okay, I remember. Okay, cool. What now? What we got? Car park. They speak English. The place name does not seem very English, though. Interesting. We're on a... What the fuck is this? Is this like a moped? But like... Looks like he's just hovering on a ball. That's funny. What does this say? Ah, we speak Arabic and English, I see. They got the groceries. They got the groceries. Okay, so this place seems not too bad off, if I'm being real. They seem pretty okay here. It's definitely lush. I gotta give it that. It's got like the palm trees and shit. I don't know. Are these palm trees? No, not really. Maybe. Those look like palm trees. Yeah. Definitely feels like we're on the outskirts of some city. Maybe. Some Arabic city, or yeah, some city that speaks Arabic. But they also have English, which makes me think we're not in Saudi Arabia. We gotta be in one of these, like maybe the UAE or something. Or maybe it's somewhere else entirely, like Egypt or something. Don't they speak? Yeah, they speak that. I don't think this is Cairo though. It might be. I have no fucking idea. Feels tropical though. That's the thing that's throwing me off. We could be in like the north of here. It's like a Mediterranean climate, kinda. It's like wet. So that makes me think we're not over here. It could just be what I guessed before. We could be in like here or something. Fuck it, I'll guess like right here. Actually, where am I gonna guess? I don't know. Here. We were actually in Sri Lanka, so fuck, I'm dumb. Did I increase resets? I don't remember, whatever. This is very not helpful. Why the fuck are we in a building? Well, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm gonna try. Maybe inside a building is even more helpful, actually. Okay, this is funny architecture, I gotta say. What does it look like outside of here? Where the fuck are we? Looks... I was gonna say it looks American, but I don't know. Oh, we're back. Huh. Very weird. What does that sign say? I can't read it. Feels like everything we got isn't very helpful. But maybe I just need to look further? I don't know. Like, okay. Hang on. There's no yellow lines on the road. So this can't be America. That guy was driving on the right. So it can't be Land Down Under. Huh. I can't read this though. That's the thing. I can't read that text. Do we have any other clues? Like, what did the license plate look like? They're blurred. Let's go to that car we saw. Maybe that one has a license plate that we can look at. Where'd that car go? But where is that car? Where'd the car go? There was a car, right? There was a car. The fuck did it go? Bruh. We can't get anything from these cars because they're too blurry. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to guess. I'm gonna drop it in Europe. Oh my fucking god. Why am I playing this? Why am I playing GeoGuessr? It was Iceland. Okay. I hate the fucking broken panoramas. They're so disorienting. Oh wait, hang on. 30 kilometers per hour maxima. Okay, I've seen photos like this before. The panorama is taken like this in GeoGuessr. So I'm just gonna drop it to where it was before, which was El Salvador. It was actually Panama, but okay. That's a funny building. I'm dropping this in Arizona. I don't know why. Or maybe New Mexico. I'll drop it in Arizona. It was actually... yeah, no, I shouldn't have guessed that quickly. Okay, let's play it. Let's try it again. Okay, what we got? India? I mean, these small cars are like a thing of India, right? They got the funny road vehicles. At the same time, though, I can also see it not being India. But I think off of what I have, I'm just gonna guess India. I don't know where. It was Sri Lanka again. Okay. Oh shit! What the fuck? Well, this is all we have, by the way. This is like literally all we have. But I have no idea. What is this architecture? This is like... this isn't a city. These are all residential buildings. Yeah, this isn't a city. That looks like a resort. Like, I could see that having like a pool or something. Or maybe that's a school. Maybe. I don't know. This is beautiful, but where the fuck is it? I want to say Tibet? Maybe? I could see Tibet. Where is Tibet? Wait, I thought Tibet was... I confused Tibet for Nepal or something? Or was Tibet here? Wait, am I stupid? Where the fuck is Tibet? Huh. Okay, well, I'm gonna guess, I don't know, Bhutan. It was fucking Peru? Okay. Okay, these are funny. I don't know what they mean, but they're funny. Huh. That is a weird building. What's the dude look like? I can't see him. Of course I can't. Why does this suddenly let me go backwards here? Oh, what the fuck happened to my camera? What the fuck's going on? Okay, there we go. That was really weird. This is all we get? I have no idea what to make of this. It's pretty flat. And green? Flat and green. Makes me want to think like Latvia. I don't know how flat Latvia is, but I know Poland's pretty flat, so... I think Poland's pretty flat. Damn. Where is that? What country is this? Is this disputed? Is that why there's a dotted line? I have no idea what country that is. It looks like maybe Israel, but I think Israel's weirdly shaped around this bulge, so I have no idea what it is. Actually. Almost at 11:11. That's cool. Well, this looks similar to my climate. These trees, but that doesn't mean shit. Do we have a road sign? We do. That is a stop sign. I don't know how native to the US that is, but I know we have that, and we have the green road signs. Or the green, yeah, road signs. This looks like a cul-de-sac in the US, but it might also be somewhere else. Like, I could see this being anywhere that's, like, in the climate. Like, this could be fucking Ireland for all I know. Especially with, like, the brick houses. Like, I just feel like that's an Ireland thing, but I have no idea. Like, these ones look normal. These ones look like ones you'd find in the US. Like, look at this fucking field, though. What the fuck is this? Oh, Canada! Canada! It's Canada. That's a Canadian flag. It's gotta be, like, somewhere out here. Probably. Maybe near here? I don't know where a suburb would be, though. That's the thing. Let's go here. That seems like a safe guess. Okay, I figured it was a bit further south. I almost guessed there. That felt like my sort of climate, which is more around here than up here. Like, I feel like up here would be colder and not look like that. Man, that Canadian flag was lucky. Okay. We're back here. Where was this before? This is literally the same. Like, this is actually the same. I think it was here, Kuwait. Let's fucking go. Okay. Let's go again. Okay. Oh, shit. What the fuck is this? This is a funny bridge. This is all we got, too. Bicycling. Across funny bridge. Okay. These trees? Okay. Hang on. I'm guessing Belgium. That's my guess. Damn. It was hungry. Okay. That's a yellow fucking house. I have in all my years never seen one like that. Look at that. It has like multicolored. This is all I have? This is all I have. Okay. Well, if they don't look poor, if that says anything. It's weird how it's a mix of like these like uniform housing. Like they copy pasted. And these like really large like intricate ones. It's really weird how it's switching between those, which makes me think this is not an American neighborhood because we have pretty standardized building codes for the stuff like that, and we don't have much variety in our housing. It makes me think this is somewhere in Europe, probably in Eastern Europe, but I have no idea. It's definitely pretty. There's definitely trees here. Like, there's definitely vegetation, so it's not, like, far out, you know? It's definitely, like, somewhat near water. Just not very close to water at the same time. It doesn't have to be. I'm gonna guess there. Okay. You know what? I'm fine with that. I was hungry again. Okay. So there's a glitch with this, where if it flashes before it shows you the next one with the old one, it might actually just be the old one again. But I've had it not be that too, so I don't know. Man, we do not have a lot to go off of here. Huh. This looks mega rural, like... How the fuck is it so rural? Like, this could be anywhere. Anywhere in this type of climate. Which there's a lot. Like, I have no idea what this could be. Oh, we have a car? Can we get a license plate? Nope, it's blurred. Of course it is. Okay, what the fuck? Your windshield wiper doing good work, bro. Okay, I think this is pollen on the edge here, which makes me think that it's like spring. Wherever we are. But where the fuck are we? I don't think this is the US. I don't think we have this. No, I'm gonna go with Romania again. I think it's a good guess still, and if the glitch is the thing that happened, then... I mean, it's probably like Russia or something, maybe. I don't know. Maybe Canada. It was Norway. You know what? That makes sense, actually. Yeah, no. That makes sense. Okay, this is... What the fuck is going on here? The sun is in the south. So in the northern hemisphere. But we seem like hella north. Like, this looks like... Is this permafrost? Like the ice on these starts really, really not high up at all. And it's very flat. Makes me think we're in, like, Siberia. Or something. Where the fuck are there mountains, though? Like, on almost all sides. That's what I want to know. I'm gonna go with, like, Kyrgyzstan. I don't know. Mongolia? Let's go Mongolia. It was actually Greenland, so I'm dumb, basically. Okay. Why'd I go Mongolia? Bro, the sun was, like, dead south. I don't know how I thought it was Mongolia. Also, we have, the funny place again, you know? The one that we get, like, every fucking time for some reason. The Kuwait. Yep. Boom. Easy. We're getting better. We keep getting Kuwait. So I blame that. Where the fuck are we? Excuse? Huh. That's Chinese. Yeah, I can't imagine China looking like this, so I'm gonna go with Taiwan. It is China. I was actually pretty close, though. Which is funny. Because I definitely shouldn't have been. Okay, this is not Kuwait. There is no marking on the road. Oh, there is. Never mind. There's a dashed line in the middle. And that is it. Fuck it. It's Mexico. I said so. It's probably wrong. I'm gonna guess like right here. Actually, no, I'm gonna guess like right here. It was actually Morocco? Okay. Well, I had the latitude right. Or, yeah. Who the fuck leaves this here? What the fuck is that? These are like palm bushes. That's like that's like solely the vegetation here. This is also a single image. Oh, they got the snorkel. Wait, they got the snorkel? Is that the snorkel? I can't tell if that's the snorkel. Is this Kenya? Probably not, right? It's like in Africa. I mean, maybe. But, like, these are like palm trees and shit. I doubt it's Kenya. But that looks like the snorkel. I have no fucking idea. Tanzania? No, I don't think it's there. It's got the... Oh, but it's got the palm trees, and it's like, this is pretty equatorial. So, yeah, fuck it, actually. Well, it's hard to say fuck it when it makes me pause the game and I can't see what I got, but okay. Okay, so it was Papua New Guinea. But again, I got the latitude right. What is this? Interesting, we have Arabic and we have English, which means that people here speak English. What else we got? Huh. Looks like capitalist paradise, but also what? Where? We got palm trees, okay. Interesting. You know what? This looks... do they speak? No, this isn't Arabic. That can't be it. Wait, they speak Arabic here, though. Why don't they speak Arabic here? The fuck? Maybe it's India, then. I don't know they speak Arabic in India. Maybe I'm just stupid, though, and this is different than Arabic. This is English, though. What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna have to say it's India, because English. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's, like, over here, because this place is Western influence, right? Like, fuck it. We'll drop it there. What is that? That's an island. Quasimoon. Okay, this is just a blur. What the fuck is this? Wow, this is so useful. No, I'm just gonna... Okay, because of the lack of road and lack of anything ever, I'm going to have to go for here. Okay, well, it was the Congo. Wow, that was horrible. I got the latitude right a lot of the time, though, and we got this, at least. Even though that wasn't spot on. That was if you discount the difference in longitude, this was pretty good. I gotta say. Okay, we got flags instantly. Is this Russia? No, China? I can't tell. It's just red. The Russian flag doesn't look like that anymore. That was the USSR that I'm thinking of. Just solely red flags? Another one. This gotta be China, right? Maybe? No, but it's not. What other country has the full red flag? This is French, right? This is French. Portus. Yeah, that sounds French. What fucking country is this? Why are there just red flags here? What does this mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Can we get a single flag that isn't dripping? Wait, we got a symbol on that one. Wait. What the fuck is that? Is that a star? What the fuck? I don't know a country in the fucking world with a flag like that. And I thought I was pretty good at flags. Tio Pepe. Tio Pepe. La frite. Man, I have no fucking idea. I'm fucking clueless. I actually have no fucking idea. Okay, yeah, this is French. Abso-fucking-lutely. Chinatown. Let's go to Chinatown. 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 Oh, I turned around and now we're facing a wall. Wait, what? Huh? This way. Turn back around, please? Wait, so you're telling me that that looks like that? Okay, whatever. Soft. Lounge club. That's English. Why do they speak English here, too? They speak French and English here. This is weird. I have no idea where we are. I'm actually just clueless. Completely just clueless. Man, I have no fucking idea. I don't know a place in the world that looks like this. How do they speak French and English? I'm just gonna guess, like, fucking... I don't know. There. It was Morocco. Morocco looks like that? It was Casablanca. Casablanca. Huh. Okay. I'm just gonna guess. I don't actually care. London. Okay. Oh, yes. This is very helpful. Where's the sun? Sun's in the south. Very south, actually. You know what? I actually really just don't care. Okay. It was the Isle of Man. Okay. Okay, the only place I know that has these fucking views is Central America. I'll just guess here. It was El Salvador. Man, I should have guessed El Salvador. I usually guess El Salvador when I think it's that, but... Okay, what is this? Well, this is all I get. I have one arrow, and it only works when I'm facing a certain direction, and it lets me go down the road. What we got? Can't see backwards. Let's go. This is awesome. Suzuki. Okay. This is a Shell gas station. We have those in the States, but I don't know if this is in the States. This doesn't feel like it's in the States. They have a roundabout. Ooh, fancy. A rotary. Interesting, interesting. They have a deer. Okay. This place looks nice. I don't know where it is, but it looks nice. Demma. Interesting. I'm going to guess... Okay, we have a language. Spain? That's the one thing that I'm seeing. Or the one thing I can guess comfortably. It was French. Not Spanish. Huh. Because they speak French in Belgium. They also speak Dutch, but I think that was French. Unless I don't know what Dutch looks like, which is also a possibility. Okay, this is next to fucking useless. What the fuck is this? Is this guy in a kayak? The fuck? What is this? Is this a car? Nah, what the fuck are you doing? What is this? This looks like some homemade, like, fucking motor vehicle. Like, it looks like they took a fucking kayak and turned it into a car. I'm so confused. I also have no idea where we are. Fuck it. He's Polish. He's Polish. He's gotta be. It was Germany. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was Dutch. He was Dutch. Man. Well, this is all we get, huh? Okay. Fucking... Oh, now we get something. Okay, now that's cool. Let's go up. This guy went for a walk around the block with his fucking camera. Man, but this does not help me. I don't know where we are. That's a weird... I know we're not in the States. That's all I got, though. Okay, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess Turkey for no fucking reason other than I feel like it. It was actually Russia. Prisma. Olu. Oelu. I don't know where the fuck we are. Here's what I'll do. Just smack it there, I don't know. Okay, so that was Finnish. That's what I was seeing. I had no clue what the language was. Wow, this is fucking useless. You know what? I think it's... You know, I think it's Norway. That's my guess. It was Moscow. Okay. What the how do you fuck it up this bad? But what am I supposed to do with this? Oh, thank God. Okay, so this is, Middle East looking, kind of, maybe, but I'm just going to fucking slam a guess down in Libya. It was Tunisia. Bro, I was actually kind of close, though. That was actually kind of a good guess. Wow, gee, I wonder if we've had this 3 times now. I wonder where it is. I wonder if possibly it's just Kuwait. Wow, no way. 12 kilometers away from the correct position. No fucking, wow. And we're inside a building. Wow, this is awesome. Okay. Well, now that we have a view of the outside, I do not feel confident making any sort of fucking guess, but I'm going to guess anyways. I'm going to say fucking... Actually, you know what? No, I'm not gonna guess yet. Okay, you know what? I am gonna guess, actually. It's Morocco. That's my guess. It wasn't. It was Nicaragua. Wow, this is fucking useless. Wow. Where the fuck are we? Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola Espuma. Wow, that's a long road. Don't know if it's useful, but it's a long road. Import, export. Okay, well, I'm just gonna guess Morocco again, because it didn't work out the first time. Actually, no, I'm not gonna guess Morocco again. No, instead, actually not, no, this is kind of similar to that climate, but it might be somewhere like fucking Haiti. Or Dominican Republic. But I have no idea. I should really be pressing A more and focusing on resetting the game. Okay, so it was actually Paraguay. Interesting. Man, I have no idea. Yuzu. They use the Latin alphabet, and I have not seen any accents. Which is interesting. Very weird. Pusat Spandunk. Spanduk? Is that an accent on the O? No. Bahanklof. Polsa. Okay, you know what? Let's see what the place names in Poland look like, because these guys have accents, though. I am not seeing any accents on any of these signs. Like, if even the place names have accents in Poland, then... Like, how is there no accents? Like, I'm looking for an accent sign, but I just... 17 Vape House, what the fuck? Okay. I don't know where the fuck they don't have accents. Other than the US, but this is not America, I can tell you fucking that much. This is like... I'm going Austria. It was fucking Singapore, okay. I don't know why I guessed Austria, that did not seem like that climate at all. I should have realized that. But I just couldn't think of anywhere else. Okay, but that's it. We're guessing fucking El Salvador again. Over here. It was actually the Congo again. Okay. I keep confusing El Salvador for the Congo. Wow! Gee! Fucking who wonder no who doesn't who I wonder where we are. Wow, 14 kilometers. I'm getting better every time. We have this one again? We've already had this car. I forgot what this was though. That's the thing, I don't remember. We already had this though. We're getting repeats. GeoGuessr sucks. The fuck? We already had this, but where was it? That's the real question. I don't remember. I think it might have been Isle of Man, actually. Oh, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. We already had it. I remembered where it was. Let's fucking go! We're going for perfect. Okay, where was this one? We already had this too. I think. Maybe. I think we also had... Yeah, no, I think we had this one. I remember this. Where, though? Where? Fuck. Where was it? Where was it? Where was it, though? Was it here? Was it Sri Lanka? I don't remember. I don't think it was Sri Lanka. Where was it? It was Morocco. Maybe. Let's guess Morocco. Let's fucking go! Did we get this yet? No, we didn't get this yet. Am I confident in El Salvador? I mean, looking at the language, I think I might be. Looking at the language and the camera quality, you know, I'm thinking maybe we're in El Salvador. Let's go for it. I was right, just the wrong side of it. If I get this one close to right, this is as close to a perfect game as I'm getting. I have no idea where we are though, that's the thing. And I don't care enough to try hard. But also, can we find anything? We're on a bicycle. That's rare. In the States, at least. It's pretty flat. Let's go somewhere useful. Okay, no languages on that sign, which is good because I understand what they mean, but bad because I don't know what fucking country we're in. This looks maybe similar to something we've had before, though. I don't remember where it was, but... Oh, here we go. I don't recognize this at all. This language is completely foreign to me. Okay, it kind of reminds me of Filipino, though, even though I haven't seen very much of that. but I feel like maybe it's this region over here. So I'm just gonna place it in the middle of here. It was actually Finland. God fucking damn it. Finland every time I don't know the language. It's always Finnish, bro. I actually just never seen Finnish in my fucking life, apparently. Man, that was almost a really good game. Okay, I think I'm done with GeoGuessr.
If astronomy research has taught us anything in the last couple decades, it's that all rocky planets are definitely not alike. For example, Earth has big puzzle pieces of crust that can run into each other to form mountain ranges or slide under each other to melt and recycle old rock. Meanwhile, parts of Venus's crust just seem to jostle around without sliding under each other at all. Scientists are always trying to understand these places, but they're also interested in understanding other worlds far from home, even hypothetical planets we haven't found yet. Like in a paper published online last month in the Journal of Geophysical Research Planets. A team outlined the possibility of eggshell planets, worlds with relatively featureless surfaces and thin, brittle crusts. And they may have even identified a few in the real world. In this paper, the researchers were trying to learn what affects a planet's lithosphere, or outermost layer. On Earth, the lithosphere has two main parts. The inner layer is hot and a bit squishy, and the outer layer is cool, hard, and brittle. This brittle layer is the part that can build up features like mountains, and how thick it is has a big effect on what a planet is like. If a planet has a thicker brittle layer, it might be able to support plate tectonics like Earth. That's the process where big pieces of the lithosphere move around the planet, forming mountains and getting recycled. But tectonic plates are also important for releasing a planet's internal heat to space, as well as how gases leak out and help sustain an atmosphere. So they play a role in how habitable a planet is. So it's no surprise that scientists want to know more about lithospheres on other worlds. Unfortunately, our telescopes are not good enough to see surface features on planets beyond our solar system, or what we call exoplanets. Instead, astronomers have to find ways of inferring what an exoplanet looks like based on things they can measure, like the planet's mass, and size, age, and distance from its star. So to learn more about exoplanet lithospheres, this team built a computer model based on equations scientists had previously figured out for how different rocks behave on Earth. Then they ran simulations with thousands of exoplanets, all of which had a composition similar to our planets. In the end, the models showed that the exoplanets' masses, surface temperatures, and the ages of their lithospheres all had an influence on the thickness of that brittle layer. So planets that are small, old, or chilly, like because they're far from their stars, were more likely to have thick lithospheres. They also found that planets with a thin brittle layer, which they called eggshell planets, were likely to have a few things in common. They found that they're likely to be more massive than Earth and have enough surface heat to keep that brittle layer thin. And that heat could come from a bunch of different places. Like the planets could be geologically young, they could have a lot more radioactive materials for extra long-term heating, or both of those things. They could also be closer to their stars and or have a thick atmosphere that could trap a lot of heat. In our solar system, Venus has some of those things relative to Earth, and in fact, Venus's flat lowlands might be what an eggshell planet's crust looks like, meaning that we might have at least a partial example of an eggshell planet quite nearby. But this team may have also found some proper eggshell worlds. They identified 3 exoplanets scientists have already observed that might have brittle layers less than 5 kilometers thick, and with how many exoplanets there are, more will be out there. In any case, having a way to understand what an exoplanet's lithosphere is like is a major way to understand what things might be like on that world. If it could potentially be habitable, with plate tectonics like Earth, or if it's more like Venus. Figuring out if a world light years away could support life is a big challenge, so the more tools we have, the more we will understand. Closer to home, our next story comes from a paper published last week in Communications, Earth and Environment, and it focuses on Earth's long-term relationship. Not with the moon, but with the Quasimoon, Kamo'oleva. This tiny space potato was discovered in 2016 by the Pan-STARRS survey in Hawaii. It's called a quasimoon because it doesn't really orbit the Earth like an actual moon does, but it's almost always pretty close to us while we go around the sun. Also, its orbit is a bit askew, view, so its position changes from being ahead of the Earth in its orbit to being behind it and back again. Now, Earth has had other quasi-satellites before, but they tend to come and go. Meanwhile, this Quasimoon seems to have been in our vicinity for the past century, and calculations suggest it'll stick around even longer, and that makes it a prime target to learn about quasi-satellites in general. In this new study, one team observed the Quasimoon with 2 ground-based telescopes, looking at different wavelengths of light reflected off its surface. By doing this, they confirmed that the space potato is spinning pretty fast, making one full rotation every 28 minutes. They also confirmed that it's mostly made of silicate minerals. Except, the exact composition of those minerals wasn't in line with other asteroids in this part of the solar system. So, where did Kamo'oleva come from? One hypothesis is that it came from some larger rock that got ripped apart by the gravity from the Earth-Moon system. Although, that kind of pushes the question back because, like, then where did that rock come from? But another idea is that this quasi-satellite was chipped off of the moon itself, which is also made of silicate minerals. To test this lunar origin idea, the team compared Kamo'oleva's apparent composition to those of different moon rocks. And although it was not a perfect match, there were a lot of similarities, to the point where some of the researchers think this is the most likely explanation based on what we now know. That said, if the space potato did break off the moon, figuring out where and how is gonna be a challenge. To know more, scientists will need to get samples from the moon as part of some upcoming mission, and they'll also need to learn more about Kamo'oleva itself. But luckily, in the meantime, this Quasimoon will continue to be our quasi-close companion for a few more centuries, and that's plenty of time to unlock its secrets. And something that unlocked other space secrets for years was the legendary Arecibo Observatory, which we have immortalized as this month's pin to commemorate all its discoveries. So if you'd like to take a tiny version of this observatory home,
Hey, you came back? I didn't realize I was so loved. Unless you accidentally clicked on the wrong video or something. In which case, I should tell you that this is actually part 2 of a video. If you'd like to watch the first part, just click on the annotation I'm gonna throw on the screen right here. But
wow, annotation! Yo, no way. I can click on that? Crazy, bro. I'm clicking on it.
There is some strange text found in the game that is never spoken by any NPC in the entire game. The text in question refers to an item called Sweet Honey. Given how it's talked about here, it's possible that this was the original concept for what would become the honey mechanic that appeared in Generation 4 games. Since the discovery of this, people have speculated that the Sweet Honey of Gold, Silver, and Crystal was replaced with either the Headbutt or Sweet Seed mechanic that appeared in the game, both of which are special ways of encountering Pokemon. This has also caused people to believe that this unused text was originally meant for the lady that gives the player the Sweet Scent TM, as the string of text also contains the spoken cry of a Butterfree. Speaking of scrap mechanics, there also exists an unused wild battle process in the game. The only thing that this does is force the Pokemon encountered to be female, when possible, of course. The only real use in gameplay I could see this having would be for catching Pokemon specifically for breeding purposes. So perhaps at one point the developers considered having some kind of usable item to allow for this type of encounter. However, there doesn't appear to be any equivalent for encountering male Pokemon this way. Moving on, it's finally time to talk about our old friend Mew again. Although in Gen 2, Mew is one of the few Pokemon that can only be obtained by transferring one from the previous games, there is actually some unused content associated with it in these games. What I'm referring to is its shiny form. Now you're probably thinking, but Picaspri, how does that count as unused content? All Pokemon have shiny forms. And you are correct there, all Pokemon do. But in the case of Mew, it's actually not possible for it to happen through legitimate means. Bear with me here, as I need to explain a couple of different things for this to make sense. I'll try to keep it a little simple for those unfamiliar with the deeper mechanics of Pokemon. You see, shiny Pokemon are something that was introduced in Generation 2. It works very differently in future games, but for Gold, Silver, and Crystal, what determines whether or not a Pokemon will be shiny is based on a random set of values generated when a Pokemon is encountered, bred, or obtained as a gift. If you're incredibly lucky, you may get a set of numbers that will produce a shiny Pokemon. However, these values are not new to Generation 2. In the first generation, these values were also used for things such as determining the stats of a Pokemon. If the numbers match, a Pokemon caught in a Generation 1 game will always be shiny once traded to the Generation 2 game, no matter how many more more times it would be traded again in the future. In some cases, though, these values may not always be random. In the case of the red Gyarados at the Lake of Rage, it will still generate random values, but is programmed to always produce a result that allows for it to be shiny. With all of this in mind, let's go back to talking about Mew. In the original games, the only way for the player to obtain a Mew without the use of hacking or glitches was for them to attend a live distribution event where they could have one put onto their cartridge. Something to take note of here, though, is that all of the Mews given out this way have predetermined sets of values. Absolutely none of these sets are able to produce a shiny Mew when transferred to Generation 2 games, making it entirely impossible to obtain a legitimate one. I find this incredibly interesting, as it wasn't until Pokemon Black and White that Game Freak began programming specific legendary Pokemon encounters to never produce a shiny. But it turns out that they had already accidentally done it to Mew before shiny Pokemon even existed. That's pretty insane when you think about it. As I've been saying though, this is only the case for legitimately obtained Mews. In either Generation 1 or 2, if the player hacks or uses a glitch to force an encounter with the Mew, the game will properly generate a random set of values like it were any other Pokemon, creating the possibility for it to be shiny. It's also worth noting that Mew would eventually be able to be caught shiny years later in Pokemon Emerald version, where it can be found on Faraway Island, which was only available from a Japanese exclusive event. Oh come on, that's not fair! Similar to Mew, the Pokemon Unknown also technically has its shiny form go unused in Generation 2. Sort of. For those of you unfamiliar with the Pokemon Unknown, you first need to know about a particular gimmick it has to it. Unknown can be found in 26 different forms, each representing a different letter of the alphabet. This would later become 28 due to Generation 3 adding the exclamation and question mark forms. Why did they even bother doing that? What determines which form of Unknown you encounter is also determined by the same random values that are used for shiny Pokemon. Because of this shared process, it actually makes it impossible to obtain the shiny variants of every form of Unknown. In fact, despite all 26 forms having sprites for shiny versions, it's actually only possible to encounter the letters I and V legitimately. And in an absolutely insane coincidence, these random values I've been talking about are commonly referred to by fans as IVs, standing for individual values. And finally, it's time
That's
to
really
talk
funny,
about
actually.
In the first part, we talked about the differences between the early and final versions of Violet City. As it turns out, every city of Johto also has an early version of its map with its data, most of which are drastically different from what we're all familiar with in the final game. This is, however, not the case for any of the Kanto towns. This is obviously because they were based on how they appeared in the first generation games, so there would hardly be a need for multiple phases of deciding their layout. Now, having already covered Violet City, let's go over each and every Johto town and see what changes they've gone through. Coming up first, we have New Barktown, the place where the game begins. Like in the final version, the early version is pretty simplistic, having only a couple of houses. The most notable thing, however, is the presence of a Pokemon Center, something that the first town of every Pokemon game normally lacks. Next up, we have Cherry Grove City. This city has a very small amount of changes. It only seems as though the town was stretched out a little. But the next town most certainly has some of the biggest changes. Taking a look at Azalea Town, we can see that it lacks its gym. Any Pokemon fan can tell you that every region always has a gym, so naturally the gym must be located somewhere else on another town's early map, right? Well, yes and no. I mentioned the Lake of Rage area earlier, where the player could find the elusive red Gyarados. Interestingly enough, early map data reveals that this area was once planned to be a town and even had its own gym. This little tidbit of information could also explain why the player is able to fly to the Lake of Rage in the final version of the game. For whatever reason, though, the concept of this area being a town was scrapped and the gym was relocated to Azalea Town. Getting back on track, though, the next city we're going to look at is Goldenrod. Outside of a few aesthetics obviously being improved as development went on, the obvious difference is this exit to the left here. It's impossible to say exactly where this would have led, but a popular theory is that it may have been intended as another seaport given its location near the water. Now on to Ecruteak City. Aside from it looking pretty empty in the center, the main thing of interest is the tracks from the magnet train and what appears to be another station. Cianwood City appeared to be a small town in a wooded area, rather than the coastal town you had to cross the ocean to reach in the final games. Olive was apparently always going to be a port town, but had a very different, and in my opinion, a much more appealing layout in the early version. Mahogany Town, for some reason, only has one difference between the two versions. For whatever reason, the placement of the Pokemon Center and gym were swapped. I seriously don't even know why they bothered with that, like, come on. And finally, Blackthorne City has some very curious changes. The early version lacks the entrance to the Dragon's Den cave area, you know, that area that Jerk Claire makes you go to, and instead has this little maze in the north that leads to some kind of tower. From this, one can reasonably conclude that this tower was likely the original concept of the Dragon's Den. Although this may be it for towns, there's still one more peculiar early map to look at. It shows a grassy maze-like area that leads to a cave entrance with a Pokemon Center. It's impossible to say with 100% certainty, but my best guess would be that this early map is of the route leading to Mount Silver. As in the final game, it also has a Pokemon Center placed near the cave entrance. And finally, we have 3 maps that appear to have been for some sort of Team Rocket base. The story behind these maps isn't entirely clear. Some say they were some sort of early rendition of the rocket base found in Mahogany Town, but others would suggest that they're actually original maps intended for an unused rocket location that may have been necessary to cut out early on due to cartridge limitations. Later in the game, the player is required to rescue the radio tower director, who is being held by Team Rocket. The location that he is found in is the basement of the Goldenrod department store. The tile set of this area bears an obvious resemblance to the one used in these maps, suggesting that the basement may have been intended to be a much more expansive area. Of course, there really is no proof of this. For all we know, these maps could have been for something else entirely. Leftover data shows that there are some unused location names, so it's even possible that maybe these maps could have been intended for one of them. My best guess would be for either the Pokemon Mansion or Silph.Co. Now, before we move on to the next bit of information here, I just want to preface this by mentioning a little something. During the first part of this episode, I talked about a strange and out-of-place house located in Violet City. Well, after I uploaded that video, someone in the comments brought up that the area around the house matches up with a section of the ruins of Altheria, which is located nearby. It seems that this house was originally meant to be a dummy to make it appear as though the player could get a glimpse of the ruins from standing somewhere in Violet City. As the same commenter pointed out, this was likely due to how undistinctive the section looked, and the developers probably thought it would only cause the player confusion. This was obviously scrapped, and the house was buried within a sea of trees you can see here. As well, the section was finally removed completely in the Heart Gold and Soul Silver remakes. And as it turns out, this house wasn't the only example of dummy sections in the game's maps. First, let's take a look at the Crystal-exclusive Battle Tower. As you can see here, after going through the gate, we appear to end up on the other side of this fence, as indicated by the presence of this girl here. However, this is actually just a giant trick, as the Battle Tower is located on its own separate map entirely. By enabling the Walk Through Walls cheat, we can walk past the boundaries and see that this section here abruptly ends and exists only to try and fool us. By attempting to talk to the girl in this dummy section, she only says, "Object Event." This is clearly placeholder text that the developers never intended for us to ever see. There are a few other points in the game where this object event text can be viewed. At the beginning of the game, when you are on your way to meet Mr. Pokemon, 2 trainers can be found battling. This commotion is meant as a roadblock to prevent you from moving on until you finish your errand with Professor Elm. But if we walk through walls, we can see that the sprites of the 2 battling Pokemon give us the object event text. Another instance is when the player is in the basement of the burned tower. It is here that the 3 legendary beasts are found. Normally, by approaching them, they will awake and hop off somewhere, waiting to be found in the wild. However, if we use our favorite cheat again, we can make it onto the platform without hitting the cutscene trigger. Since we were never supposed to be here, all of the sleeping Pokemon give us the object event text when interacted with. And while we're in the burned tower, we can use the same cheat to discover something fun about our friend Silver here. During your first visit, Silver will be waiting in this spot, where upon approaching him, he will notice your presence and speak to you before battling. But if we walk through walls to meet him differently, we can see that he is programmed like a normal trainer to stop you in your tracks when seen. However, this will immediately crash the game, as it obviously has no idea what to do in this situation. And lastly, to end off this video, there is just one more piece of info related to the burned tower. There are a lot of unused text box messages in the game, but the majority of them are short and simple things that were likely intended for menu use. But there is one in particular that sticks out. It reads, oh no, my daughter is missing. No, she couldn't have gone to the burned tower. I told her not to go near it. People seem to disappear there. Oh, what should I do? This message tells us that at one point there was going to be some sort of side mission that would involve searching for someone's daughter at the burned tower area. But what really gets me here is the people seem to disappear there part. As far as we know, the only mysterious thing in that tower is the sleeping legendary beast. Exactly what is it that these 3 are doing in there that's making people disappear? I thought this was a kid's game.
Hey everybody, it's Casper here. Thank you all so
I have stuff to do. I'll see you guys. I have to go to school and I have to vacuum and yeah. See ya. Maybe later. Yeah, when I get home.